Hello, 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 everyone. This is Jatan Jones, Goddess Mentor and Spiritual Healer. Today I'm just here to give you the real. I'm going to wait a little bit to see if some people come in, but either way, I'm going to get this party started in a few moments. If you are in here, just speak up, say hi, and let me know how you're doing. I'm just going to wait for a little bit. I'm excited. I know that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings today, but I do want to just drop a little bit of knowledge on you guys, because things have been very, very interesting in terms of just the amount of questions that I have been answering over an extended period of time since I have been doing tarot reading and mentoring my goddesses. So let me tell you, there is this whole myth, I'm going to say myth, that is going on in the whole spiritual community, and there are a lot of psychics and stuff like that that are selling the idea of the twin flame, okay? And this is, you know, the twin flame. It's like the other part of you. You all meet each other and like there's this deep connection. That's why you feel like you know this person, and they're like the other part of your soul, and you all are going to have like the best sex, the best life, like the best spiritual journey together. Okay, and so many women that I come across are looking for this experience. But let me tell you what ends up happening. Okay, in these soulmate twin flames experiences, and I have come across a lot of women who do this, and it is mainly women. We meet a guy. We like the guy. We like the guy up here, and we have sex with the guy, so now we like him down there. And it's just like, whoa, I like to talk to him and I like to have sex with him. Hello, that must mean he's my twin flame, my soulmate, and I really want to be with him. And Spirit has told me, and my ancestors and God and my dog and all of that has told me that he is my twin flame, right? And so what happens is, and they even tell you a lot of times with this twin flame stuff, that normally there's a dynamic that happens, that there's a runner normally in this twin flame situation. So that means one person isn't quite ready for this deep soul shattering connection. Okay, so what does the woman do? Does she pack up her shit and leave? No. She deals with all kind of mental, emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual abuse from said person, because she believes that he is her twin flame, or that her soulmate, and that God has put them together. Now, if we are going to just break this down and say that, you know what, God makes divine connections between people, right? Do you think that your Father, your God, the person that oversees your soul and that wants nothing but the best for you, would have you chasing up behind some man who does not want to be with you, that cheats on you, that talks to you reckless, and you want to tell me that that person is your soulmate? I don't have to even pull cards to tell you that's not. It doesn't take a psychic to figure out that the person that's treating you like crap is probably not the person you should be with. And there's no way that me on my end can even condone that. I know that maybe you've talked to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 psychics before, and they've told you to wait. Wait, girl. Wait on it. Girl, if you don't stop waiting on this person to love you and give yourself the love that you desire and need, okay? It's real out here. So what I tell people often is to love like a fucking goddess. That is how my expectations are set up. Not just in terms of with my, you know, in terms of my friendships, and also in terms of my husband. A lot of people out here talking about this unconditional love, this when he dies, I want to die love. When my husband passes away, if, Lord forbid, before me or early, I will hope to God that I still have the will to live and want to be here. I will keep that man's legacy going on as I move forward. And you know what? I would want the same for him. Okay? And there is this just romanticized, idealized Cinderella version of love that is getting women stuck. And it is causing us to make terrible decisions and to waste way too much of our life on people that do not value us. Now, when I talk about love like a fucking goddess, right? How can you do that? That's called having expectations from the person that you want to be with. Expectations, rules, boundaries. People talk to me about this unconditional love in marriage. I don't know nothing about that, and I'm married. Because guess what? There are some prerequisites and there are some things that I need from my husband that are non-negotiable. And now I'm not saying that I won't love him forever, sure, but you're not going to be with me and do that stuff. We just going to have to love each other from afar. Yeah. It's like I will be out the door. And I see women who have just met some men or who are putting up with this stuff because you're waiting on a ring that, trust me, once you get it, you're not going to even want it because he ain't changing. Men get worse. You think he bad now? Him putting a ring on your finger will be your worst nightmare. It will be one of the worst things that has ever happened to you in your life. Stop trying to build relationships with people that do not want you. Sure, he's sleeping in your bed. Sure, he's eating up your food. Sure, y'all can go out and have a good time. But he don't want to commit to you. He don't want to tell anybody about your relationship. He don't really like you. He always has some shit to say about you. Never happy with who you are and what you do. Is always some kind of negative criticism. You're always finding yourself trying to be with him. And this message is not just Karis, you're cracking me up. Hey, Veneer. It's always some I'm going to say this even happens in marriages, and I'm married. And so I know this, from personal experience. So this isn't just something that I'm talking to single women about. Do you even have boundaries in your marriage? Or are you letting somebody walk all over you all the time? They dictate how the household is going to be ran. They dictate what time you wake up and go to sleep at night. They dictate when you cook and clean. They dictate how you run the children, when you work, how you work, what you do, how you wear your hair, the whole 9 yards. Like, it's time for you to love like a goddess. So goddesses have expectations. If you want to come and hang out with me, if you want to come and be in my space, if you want to come and share your life with me, there are some prerequisites and some expectations that I need to have. So what does that look like? That means that sometimes you have to go back to some of the agreements that you have made beforehand. Yes, when I got married, I told my husband, every morning I'm going to cook for you, baby. Every morning I'm going to have breakfast ready for you before you go to work. And when you come home, every day I'm going to cook for you because that's the kind of woman I am. And I'm going to clean and I'm going to do all this stuff and we're going to build together. And look, I had to go back and say, remember all that stuff I said I was going to do? I can't do it. Yes, and a lot of times that's exactly what we do, Karis. We misrepresent ourselves. And I'm not even blaming you. Because at that point in time, that's the stuff that I thought I wanted to do. And then in practice, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all. So I had to go back and change my agreements. And I also had to go back and change my expectations because I had not set any expectations. Him just loving me and being in my space and sharing his life with me, it was good enough at the time. At least I thought it was. But I had to go back and say, you know what? That's not good enough. This is what I need now. As women, we are forever evolving. We are forever changing. And one thing that I do not want you to do is allow anybody to back you up into a corner about some shit that you said you was going to do 2 years ago. A month ago. Yeah, I said that then. So, this is what I need now. If I'm going to make it and if we're going to be together. So I say, no, he is not your twin flame. I say, no, he is not your soulmate. I say, no, you guys are not two separate halves coming together. Like, no, you are a whole fucking person meant to have your own life experiences. And the sooner I realize that I chose my husband, it wasn't some cosmic divine thing. I saw him. I wanted him. And I was like, you know what? This is who I want. And this is who I want to be with. And so when I started to see him exhibiting certain behaviors when we were dating that I didn't like, I left him a lot. And when he came back to change those things, I then made the decision, and I knew that it was on me to take him back. I didn't say, oh yeah, I'm going to take him back because that's what God wants me to do. No, it's what I wanted to do. And just like Kara said, and that is so true, you cannot drag people into your evolution. You cannot drag people into your dream of what the relationship is going to be like. You done met this person. You decided you want to be with them. You decided they're your soulmate. And now you're upset because they don't want to participate in that crazy ass experience you done made up in your head. Like, why won't they participate in my delusion? Why won't he just marry me and love me forever? Why won't she just get with the program and move in and we can have babies? And like, why not? And they're like, what the hell? You're over there having a one-sided experience by yourself. What is their behavior like? Listen to what they are trying to tell you. If that person is saying, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, and you're like, oh, but my ancestors and my spirit guides and God told me and I feel, who are you going to listen to? They just told you out of their own mouth that they don't want to be with you. What are you doing? Stop the madness. And I say this out of love because I have been there and I have done this before. And I've tried to drag people into my dream of a relationship that was not based in any kind of reality. And it also gives up your power of choice. It gives up your power of choice to decide who you are going to be with, who you are going to allow in your life. Stop blaming him for fucking you over when you're keeping him in your life. You are the one who decided to deal with that. You could blame him all day long, but as long as you decide to keep him in your space, whose fault is it really? So, I am actually launching, I say all of that to say my Love Like a Goddess class, and it starts on February the 1st. It is at Wednesday at 8 p.m. 1 hour with me. I'm getting back to the basics of what it means to be a goddess, what it means to really love yourself, how to set boundaries in a relationship, how to reestablish boundaries in a relationship, how to give yourself the love that you keep desperately seeking, how you can tap into what's missing even if you don't have another person laying beside you every night. And I will be gentle with that because I will admit that I do have a person, but it has not always been that way. And really just how to love you again, and how to stop allowing fuckboys to come into your life, and how to stop building these fairy tale relationships around men and women who have no intention on participating. Okay, the class is $25 for 1 hour with me. You could just put the link. The link is up in like the description, so just click it. Space is limited, so get your seat now. I am going to continue to give you the real. It's going to be a notebook, well, a workbook, and all of that other stuff. So yes, how to love you and how to love yourself, and just how to stop attaching and just wanting these men and women to be everything for us. And honestly, that's too much pressure to put on somebody. I can't be my husband's everything. I can't be his everything. There's some things that he can only give to himself. And wanting me to give it, he's going to be disappointed every time. He can't be my everything. He can't. There's no way. Okay, we are full people who are responsible for our own journeys. Stop allowing people to screw you over. Stop putting up with people's bullshit because you are sitting waiting around for them to change. You're going to be waiting forever. And then as soon as you get what you think you wanted, because it'll happen, men will eventually give in. You're going to be like, why did I do that? This is like the worst thing ever. Now, how am I going to get my bills disentangled from his bills and sell this house? Like, don't do it to yourself. Be very, very clear. And make sure that you are getting what you want before you make that lifetime commitment to someone. And make sure that you know who you are and know what you want before you make that lifetime commitment. It matters. It matters. You matter. And don't rush into something expecting for another person to complete you. You're already perfect. You should already be complete before you go into your relationship. And even if you're not, because Lord knows I wasn't, you have to start to cultivate that part of you while you're with that person. And it is harder. It is harder to come into your own. It's harder to come into your own and to be your own person while you're with someone. It's harder because they're looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? When my husband saw me pulling out crystals and making demands of him and making new agreements about what I needed from him in order for us to stay, and as he made his own demands and his own new agreements, it was hard. It was hard, but guess what? We got through it. And me walking in who I am and doing what I wanted to do finally, and allowing him to do what the hell he wanted to do. Stop placing the blame on him all the time, because a lot of everything started with me. His behavior towards me started to change. Our relationship started to change. Our marriage started to change. And now I can really say, like, I'm happy. For real, for real. But a lot of tears have gone into that happiness. And if you can get there before you make that commitment, that means everything. That is so true, Cares. That is. So make sure that you hop into my Love Like a Fucking Goddess course, because I'm going to teach you how to love like a fucking goddess, and how to put things into perspective, and how to make your demands and get what you want, but also how to take personal responsibility for your own actions, for your own feelings, for your own needs, for your own wants, and how to stop dragging people, or at least trying to drag people into your fairy tale with you, because that is not fair to them. Other people don't have to participate in the dream that you done made up in your own head. So that's it. That's all. Make sure that you are grabbing your seats. It does start February 1st. I will be, of course, plugging this class, but the seats are limited. I would love to have you in there. Of course, I'll probably be pulling cards. I'll be answering questions. I'll be giving you the real, and always just helping you reestablish who you are as a goddess, so that you can love like one. And trust me, you'll be so much happier. That's it. That's all. Bye, you guys.